but the way it was done earlier was a little much. Yeah, could have spoken more words and solved the problem. Why would we wait for you? You were fighting us. I did, however, show up just in time to overhear a conversation. There's another vampire hunting these lands beside. Didn't they previously say they were hunting him, Gwiscard, and then they're like, wait, it's not her.
Well, to be fair,
yeah.
if they think they're after, if they think they're after her dad, his daughter, and she's around.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But now they're like, it wasn't you.
Well, let it play out.
I want to complain though. Don't worry, I have a story that I like that I wanted to talk about later. So it's not all just me bashing stories, okay?
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I mean, if you would rather me continue bashing stories, I have a massive list. Have I talked to you?
Thorn bashes stories for 20 hours.
That makes you think you can trust such an unsavory character, huh? I don't trust you, not completely anyway. What I can say is that after seeing what has transpired here, it was my mistake to presume you are our adversary, even though they're missing a word there.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. I just would like it if they didn't. No, does that mean, yeah, we're gonna work with you? Yeah. Well, seeing something like this was what it took to clear names, then I guess that's an outside after all. No, you're being too nice to her. I need to know what happened. Please tell me. Who is he? Who have we been chasing? Where's he been hiding? How did she predict the sound? You're super hearing? I mean, hear into the future?
She can hear faster than most people.
Yeah, that's how that works. I don't recognize it. I'd recognize that sound anyway. There's no mistaking it. It's from the castle. Yeah. Oh no, now we get to feel the bell. Poof. Wait, what's the opposite of poof?
Foop.
Foop? Yeah. See, when things go poof, they vanish, but they go foop when they appear.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Did I ever mention to you about Nevermore and the problems with Nevermore?
No.
I think I have to you. It's another complaint. The Legendary Castle. I don't know if it's noticed this. See, you see before you the glorious castle Moonbury, passed down to me by my father. But it's been stolen by my uncle. The horror, the Moonbury, cause of every foul deed and misfortune to befall this land. Yes, it's go time. Well, let's do this. Well, we're gonna grind a little bit. With the note what my uncle will be planning. Back in a flash. Don't do anything dangerous while I'm gone. I'm curious if any of the towns will have like a way to buy stuff. We're off to a rough start, but listen to me. As a daughter of Valen's house, I can all these wicked acts to continue unimpeded. Take all the help I get, but normally. But should someone take care of the villagers? A bunch of them. The ordeal seems to have been very draining. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. I don't think it would be wise to leave them unattended. But we don't have time to hash out. Let's split it up. You stay here? Go ahead. Yep. Okay, again. Where's Subaru? What is Subaru doing for the store? Yeah, exactly.
Defending Rolyra.
Yeah.
She did get kidnapped once.
I forgot about him, to be honest. Until then, be sure to give those fiends the sound thrashing for me. Don't worry, we will. Roll out. I still want Subaru's existence to the plot to be more established.
Who?
Soon. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully soon.
Anyway, talk to these dead villagers so you can buy stuff.
Okay, she's here. Are you sure you're okay? What are you talking about? Huh? Oh, we do have a live every night. So we do have a selection of nocturnal animals. Not even remotely what I was talking about. Oh, there's no evil energy here. Okay. We also carry domesticated monsters. Please feel free to prove. Oh, I can buy it. What? No, he lied to me.
He said go check the corner.
Do come again.
Rat. Oh, that's a rat. Anyway. Where'd that guy go? There's someone else here. Looks like fascinating. For the miasma and the mind control magic, this boy shows no signs of being infected. Ooh. I heard people like saying, so this may not be the best time for a long heart to heart with the metaphysical. Yeah, sure. Wait a second. Am I the only thing who's weird? He's walking around with the disc chickens on it.
1, 2.
Yeah, Ragnar, you're weird for thinking that.
No,
Listen,
go to the corner. What are you doing? There's no pets in here.
Do come again.
But what about in the corner?
Is that buildings have one corner and that's it?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Good.
50% off.
Yeah, 50% off. All right. Good. The corner.
Corner here. Curious. What is it? We're going to first town.
Let's be honest.
Check to see if the Panda Express is open. It is.
Welcome, welcome.
Antique
Come
shop.
again.
Anyway, I'm gonna go farm a little.
Let's
food.
go get some food.
That's probably the best place to go. Probably the woods.
Sure.
Less of the invulnerable enemies.
Yeah, seems fine.
But anyway, to a story I'm not going to bash. Level 12. Here? I don't know if I should. Can I?
Probably.
Firebolt.
That's the fire.
It's my turn.
Oh, there's probably a lot of places I can go back to.
Now that you have all your magic. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, before I
Anyway.
screw around in here where I'm likely gonna die, I don't have enough food. Get back here. I think there's like a massive like chasm somewhere in here that I. Oh. So anyway, the Path of Ascension. I mentioned it a little bit, and I actually think you might like to read it, so I won't talk too much about things that are too spoilery. But essentially, this kid named Matt is an orphan. Oh no, it's another orphan story. He's an orphan, but when he comes of age, he gets access to his talent, which is like a person's innate passive ability. And their passive ability can basically like help them either determine whether or not they're going to be like a good like monster hunter, or like it can help them like in job prospects. His talent is he has like a really interesting way that his mana is regened. So, like normal people, like in normal games, and like every game basically, your mana regen is like static, right? His mana regen is like inverse exponential. It's like the lower it is, the higher his mana regen is, but like the more full his mana is, the lower it is. If that makes sense. So like so if you have like 10 mana and he spends his 10 mana, now he has 0. He will have like 100 mana regen per second for like 0.1 second or like 0.001 seconds or something, and then it will really scale down so that by the time he has 9 mana in a bar, it will take like forever to fill it up to 10. And that seems like horrific because he'll never have enough mana to cast spells. But
Wait, why? Do they all take 10 mana or something?
I mean, they might, like, they could cost 10 mana, but what if they cost 5? You cast 1, you cast 2, and then you can wait to maybe get 1 again, but it might take a while. Or like, what if it costs 8 mana? You cast your spell, and now you have to like wait nearly forever for your mana to regen to 8, so you can cast it again.
I mean, the only downside I see is if you don't have a way to gain more mana.
And that's kind of like, it's possible because you can like buy mana batteries to like charge and then like regain your mana from them, but it's like a time-consuming process, and it's kind of hard to do. Like, there are ways around it, but it just seems like a very detrimental passive ability that you have to work around.
Wait, but there are batteries.
I mean, there are batteries, but they're like expensive and they're not really available for like cheap. So basically my point being is his passive seems semi-detrimental, but interesting to work around, and it could be worked around. So he like grabbles and scrapes to like get his first spell, which is like a fireball. It costs like 9 mana or 10 mana to cast, so he can like cast it once and then like not be able to cast it.
Wait, where are you going? Do you?
I'm.
You.
Oh, yeah.
If only there
was-
were some sort of
I was
giant
in
interactable.
autopilot, and I forgot what that one did for a while. For a minute there. But you know what's the most interesting thing about his ability? Channeling magic into like an active skill will lower his mana pool, but then he gains like 100 mana a second. So if he keeps his mana basically bottomed out, then he has 100 mana a second to work with. And so if he has like a channeled ability that like makes him faster and stronger, costing like 50 mana a second to use, well then he can use that on top of a couple other things, as long as it keeps his mana bottomed out. Isn't that interesting to think about? Like,
I mean,
conceptually, it's a build.
Sure.
Is this? Did I not already have that?
Clearly not.
Yeah, or not. But maybe I'm explaining it slightly, not like optimally.
No, I get it. I get it. I just don't get how you can be spending 50 mana a second if you don't have 50 mana.
It's better explained in the story. But that's essentially like his ability lets him channel mana that he's gaining per second. Like it's really interesting because like when he first gets his ability, he thinks like he's screwed, right? Like he can't do anything.
Going for the gold.
And then one of his first skills allows him to use it in a way he didn't expect to be able to use it.
Time to take a breather.
Or like it gives him like, oh wait, I can use it for this. And so he begins his adventure like that. And he's kind of like a channeling fighter or like a spellcaster. So like, this isn't really, I guess, spoilers for world building. There are these things called cracked skills that like work differently than the normal skill that you would expect. So like fireball takes 10 mana, you throw a fireball. but there's like a cracked fireball skill that lets you channel mana into a fireball and then throw the fireball after you've channeled mana into it.
So something that conveniently works with the main character's power. Got
Yeah,
it.
I mean, he gets that eventually. That's not right away. But he has a way to use his talent to work with a power set that is interesting and kind of unique to a story. I haven't really seen that very often. It's like a bunch of like channeled spells and passives and stuff that stack. So that's pretty neat. The only like downside to like the first bit of the story, well, so like the characters are written well, they have good motivations. The plot is not too like ripping, like overarching. Like the personal character growth and stuff is cool. But there isn't like a bunch of like a big story bit for a while. But once it does come into play, it is pretty interesting. There's even a reason why in the story the character isn't like getting bombarded by like enemies who are like trying to take advantage of him, because there's like he's part of an empire that has this thing called like the Path. So it's like an empire sponsored not like a training academy or anything like that. I don't need to hit that bell. But essentially, like, if you join the Path, then no one is like allowed to punch down on you, like even within the Path. So like someone important can't come by and be like, oh no, I tripped in your presence, so now I'm gonna murder you. Like that's just not really something that can happen, because like you go, oh well, I'm on the Path, what are you doing? They'll like be in trouble for attacking you. So there's even a reason why in the story that it's like that makes sense as to why there isn't some sort of like big entity coming down and slapping the main character around, which I appreciate because that happens a lot. Is it over here?
Is what?
The giant chasm. Here it is. What? Why not? There's just nothing here. Guess not. Oh well, I guess we'll come back here later. Where was I? There was a reason why people don't punch down. The character is pretty good. I like the main character. He gains like a pet early that can become sentient, and they end up becoming good friends. Written well. It's kind of like a donut situation.
Okay.
Where he likes ice cream. It's a whole. They're good characters. I like them. The only like real big sticking issue for the first book, unless it's been addressed since I've read it, which has been a long while, and the book wasn't published until way after I actually originally read the chapters, was like the main character ends up with like a relationship kind of like out of nowhere, and it ends up being a pretty short like fling. But unless you like immediately dislike it and you stop reading the story, you don't really get to that point where you find out that it's not really like a lasting relationship. A lot of people will like get to the point where they'll be like, well, where did this character come from? That's like not great. The writing wasn't very good. Like, who is this character that suddenly seems to be kind of important to the main character? And so they dropped the book. So hopefully it's been handled better in the actual like publication.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't really want to say too much because they're like, it's a good story. I'd recommend reading like the little blurb about it, and if it interests you or chat, I recommend it because it's one of the better stories that I've read over my experience of reading like all the like the indie publication, like the indie authors. Okay. Find this, right? I assume this is a different path, maybe?
Yeah, that's a level you haven't been to yet.
Okay, that's the 999 level, right?
I don't know, only one way to find out.
We've been through here. That treasure I can't get. I'm gonna go back here. Let's do the path. I've been there. Oh, hi. Is she sleeping? Does she sleep? Ah! Oh no, bad penguin, bad penguin. This is a fun character. Returning in the middle of the night? It sounds so difficult and so dedicated. Here, have some of my tasty midnight snacks. Pizza! So, this is the kind of character that I appreciate just kind of being there. So, like, my complaints about Subaru don't really apply to Surface Penguin because it's like a comedic relief character that's just kind of like, their purpose is to be funny. When Subaru feels like, just like he was stapled onto the story. He's just there. Like, sure, he's done some stuff for us and he's helping us right now. But why is he there? He's like an actual character. This is just like a comedic gag relief. Oh, okay.
How dare you say that about the most powerful character in this game?
Okay, so this is where G Coliseum is.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I forgot. All right. Back here, been there. There. Over here. Oh, and yeah. Teleport to the shrine.
Let's be off.
So the Path of Ascension's a good one. It's honestly
Hey,
more...
you should save and get your health back.
I should save and get my health back. You are correct. Out of the other stories I've read, like,
Freezing shot.
oh, I guess this is a new one I haven't been to.
I guess so.
I don't know if I've been here.
You haven't.
So there's a couple other stories that are like on the same like popularity level that people generally have very love-hate relationship with. One of them is the Primal Hunter, which has the Never Evermore arc, as I would like to say. Well, it's called Nevermore, but I like to say Never Evermore because it's actually like, I guess we're complaining more again. Hope you don't mind. So, Nevermore is like this massive, like manufactured, like challenge dungeon that you can join in once you reach a certain power level in the multiverse. And so,
Looks like treasure.
characters. Oh, look at this! It's an old coin, solid gold too. I say, well, good luck. Luck, you say? Oh boy, how many accessory slots do I need to waste for luck? I'm not exactly read up on my human lore and legends, but this golden coin does seem to have some sort of magic. The secret design embossed on it. That alone will be good enough to bring out a fortune. It was for a talisman. Oh boy, my luck build is back. Really though, is that actually an accessory? I'm very disappointed now.
Look at that. You get to have it equipped permanently.
I know, right? Seems like someone's lost trinket. Okay, so I have to find someone who's looking for a gold coin. Okay, I guess I can keep an eye out for that.
Sure.
So Nevermore is this massive dungeon that's been constructed to like challenge people at a certain level, and people like powerful factions will like sponsor and like give things to the person who's maintaining it to like gain access and privileges, and it's not really anything that would help people inside the dungeon because it's like a personal challenge to see how far you can get personally. They're like
Don't go up
scoreboards.
yet.
Yeah, they're like scoreboards and like leaderboards that people can do and gain rankings on. But this dungeon ends up being like the length written wise of like an entire book. An entire book is in this dungeon, and the only point
I think that was it for side paths.
okay, that was it. The only reason why that's a bad thing is because story arcs like this is like a training arc. Nothing really happens of consequence inside the dungeon other than a handful of personal interactions and character growth. And at least the way it was written in what the get back here.
Nah, I'm out.
In Nevermore was there weren't enough character interactions and interpersonal interactions with the party that would make it valuable to read. So you could literally skim the entirety of like a book. It's like 500 pages or something. Something crazy like that.
Fight the stairs.
Fight the hermit crab?
Fight the stairs.
I just tried to block for some reason. They're actually with the stair. Drop
That's
the stairs. Right. So the way the dungeon kind of works is, wait, did I mess that up? Or is there a thing I can drag? Maybe I can drag the stairs. That would be
Maybe
fine.
you can drag the stairs.
What the? So confused. Anyway, because nothing really of consequence happens. You don't really get to see many POVs outside of the dungeon. So there's not really like story significance going on outside of the dungeon that you're reading. Like the characters leave and then they come back. And then they're like, oh, hey, here's what happened in the decade you were gone, because there's like time distorted. So like inside the dungeon was like 30 or 40 years. And then outside the dungeon was like a decade. Is there really nothing to like hold this button down right now? Really? Am I crazy?
Maybe.
I mean, I'm definitely crazy, but like, am I more crazy for expecting things to be here? Can't drag that. I guess I just have to go up then. There's so many secret things in this game that I have to come back for. I think I like it more. I don't know if there were as many in the first game. I don't think
Stuff
so.
that you straight up couldn't complete. There was a couple.
Yeah, but it's like there's the chasm, and then there's that.
Definitely
this thing
more here.
Yeah. Oh, please. So yeah, that was like the most divisive part of the story. If you liked reading the story and you got to that part, that was another one of those possibly you give up on it moments. Other than that, a lot of people have issue with the main character. He's kind of just sort of a murder hobo, kind of. He's not. So like, there's the murder hobo, and then there's this character. He's similar to a murder hobo, but he's not like going around murdering everything. He'll go out there and he goes looking for fights though. But he likes fighting. He likes punching up, and he likes challenging fights. So he'll like go and risk his life constantly against like more stronger enemies. But he is essentially a murder hobo, and a lot of people just don't like that. That's fair. Why is that light red still? Oh, well, that's light green now. I guess I'll run around again. Make sure the lights are green. That was a thing.
By the way, you can, in fact, open that one door.
Yeah?
Yeah. You'll just have to think about it for a little bit.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I have anything I can place down.
Do you not?
Oh?
Maybe it's
Unless
not. Maybe it's
Unless I
not
could
on you.
Maybe I can freeze an enemy and throw them at it.
That's closer.
I guess I go back. And then,
All right.
Well, I don't think it'll work right now.
hey, an accessory slot. Woo! I like how it's just a blank UI tile.
Yeah,
Right.
it's an well, I mean, it's an accessory slot.